Good morning, everyone. Intellectual property rights (IPR) comprises of patent, copyrights, design, and it is the prime requirement nowadays. Due to pandemic, the numbers for filing patent has rise and it is going exponentially. So by keeping this in mind, Computer Science and Engineering Department of R.N.G. Patel Institute of Technology has organized 2 days national workshop on intellectual property rights for computer related inventions. I, Professor Vivek Joshi, Assistant Professor, Computer Science and Engineering Department of R.N.G. PIT, heartily welcomes you all in inauguration ceremony of this workshop. In inauguration, today we have Shri Babubhai Patel, Managing Trustee of SVPES, Shri Mohanbhai Patel, Secretary SVPES, Shri Parimalbhai Patel, Co-Secretary SVPES, Mr. Amit Bhai Patel, Managing Director IP Perpetual IP Services Ahmedabad, Dr. Latesh B. Chaudhary, Principal R.N.G. Patel Institute of Technology, Dr. Madhvi Desai, Head of Computer Science and Engineering Department, and Mr. Nikunj Kansara. I, on behalf of entire family of CSE, I heartily welcome you all distinguished guests and thank you very much for providing your valuable time for this inauguration ceremony. Now I request Dr. Latesh B. Chaudhary, Principal R.N.G. Patel Institute of Technology, to address audiences and their words for motivation. Latesh sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Vivek Joshi. Good morning, all. Respected Managing Trustee of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Education Society, Sri Babubhai Patel, Secretary Sri Mohanbhai Patel, Co-Secretary Sri Parimalbhai Patel, today's expert Mr. Amit Bhai Patel, Head of CSE Department and convener of this workshop, Dr. Madhvi Desai, organizing committee members. On behalf of R.N.G. Patel Institute of Technology, I warmly welcome you all in 2 days online national level workshop on intellectual property rights (IPR) for computer related inventions, which is sponsored by Gujarat Council on Science and Technology, organized by CSE Department of R.N.G. PIT in association with Computer Society of India and Student Startup Innovation Policy Cell, Government of Gujarat. Friends, being an academician, we know that the importance of patent filing of our research work. So generally, we have two options. Either we can publish our research work in a reputed journal, or we can filing patent of our research work. So before starting of research, one should decide first whether one is looking for good publication or looking to patent, because both processes are different. So for procuring a good publication, the researchers requires a good theoretical concept, but the securing a patent, the researchers needs to show novelty, inventive steps, and utility too. So for patent, one needs to find out current public demand along with its IP valuation. So during 2 days, our experts, Mr. Amit Bhai Patel, who is a registered patent agent and IP law practitioner, Dr. Anish Gandhi, a registered patent agent, and Mr. Vijay Kumar, a registered patent agent and trademark agent, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and Internet of Things related inventions. Another topics that expert will cover during these 2 days of workshop, like innovations and IPR for Industry 4.0 and drafting of IPR for computer related inventions and guidelines for the examinations. So in this workshop, Total 195 participants are registered from the various institutes across the India. There are total 103 students, 13 faculties, 3 research scholars, 4 software developer, 2 patent analysts, 12 librarians have been registered for the workshop. There are total 152 participants from the Gujarat, from the various institutes like Sarvajanik College of Engineering Technology Surat, C.G. Patel Institute of Technology, VVP Engineering College Rajkot, Parul University Vadodara, Karnavati University Ahmedabad, Sasit College Surat, ITM University Vadodara, Rai University Ahmedabad, Sigma Institute and LJ University. And there are total 42 participants from the outside of Gujarat, from the various states like Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, Jammu and Kashmir, Telangana, Delhi, and Daman and Silvassa. So I appreciate the efforts of convener Dr. Madhvi Desai, coordinators Professor and all faculties of CSE department for organizing such important and informative workshop. I hope you will get knowledge regarding this IPR for computer related invention at the end of the workshop. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. Now I request Dr. Madhvi B. Desai, ma'am, Head of Computer Science and Engineering Department of R.N.G. Patel Institute of Technology, for providing brief about event and further flow. Over to you, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Professor Vivek Joshi, sir. Once again, good morning to all the dignitaries who have joined us for this inauguration ceremony. I'm Dr. Madhvi Desai, Head of Computer Science and Engineering Department of R.N.G. Patel Institute of Technology. I will take this opportunity to welcome our Managing Trustee, Sri Babubhai Patel, Managing Secretary, Sri Mohanbhai Patel, Co-Secretary Parimalbhai Patel, who have been very much supportive in all the activities that we do. I would also like to welcome our dynamic principal, RNGPIT, Dr. Latesh Chaudhary sir, who has been the backbone behind all the success that we have achieved in last many years. I would also like to welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Amit Patel, Managing Director at Patel IP Law Services, who is registered patent agent and IP law practice. Today we are gathered here for an inauguration ceremony of 2 days, which co-sponsored national workshop on intellectual property rights for computer-related inventions in technical association with CSI India and SSIP. I am thankful to Gujco's DST for sponsoring this national workshop. The objective of this workshop is to impart the basic knowledge about IP rights and make you all aware about the process for IPR for computer related invention. I would like to congratulate coordinators of this workshop, Professor Vivek Joshi and Professor Bhagyasri Patel, who have done a great job to make this workshop a success. I am thankful to all the participants for their overwhelming response. I am pleased to announce that we have around 195 plus participants from different parts of the country. Thank you, everyone. We, CSC department at RNGPIT, believe in promoting future engineers and give them best platform where they can show their talent and express themselves. Last year, we launched first edition of department e-newsletter. So today, we are going to launch second edition of our department's e-newsletter. Let me invite our respected and beloved Sri Babubhai Patel, Managing Trustee of SVPS, to launch second edition of this e-newsletter. Please, Kaka.
Vijay sir. Vijay sir,
Yes, sir.
can I? My screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible, sir. You can move further.
Okay.
Let me congratulate Professor Kevin Prajapati and Professor Henita Sa, who are editors of this newsletter and who have worked hard to bring all the activities of our department through this newsletter. So let me give some highlight of this e-newsletter. Last year, what Computer Science and Engineering Department has done throughout. So these are our different achievements of the different our departments. Results of Computer Science and Engineering Department in last year. We are almost always in first top 3 in all over GTU. This is the highlight of our achievers, that is the students of CSC department. Various department activities, that is the CSI chapter, first we have inaugurated in last year. 5S activities that is done at the department level. National seminar also we have organized last year. That is the again Gujko sponsored one-day national seminar that was for the roadmap to write technical research paper for our students and faculties. Various activities also we have organized in our department, short-term training program that is on the Android application development that we have done in association with the industry, various expert speech. Also we have organized in our department, we have the Google Developer Student Club. So throughout the year, the different activities that has been done through our students. Summer internship program also we have organized last year. That is the 15 days summer internship program that has been done with the Zuzo summer internship on the full stack machine learning with the Zuzo Tech Private Limited. And we can see here that is various different activities on the machine learning has been covered through the industry experts from the Zuro, and all the 65 students have also done a project with the guidance of the industry person and mentors of our department. So all the students have done the different projects. These are the different student achievements of our department. Students have published various papers in the different journals and conferences. Faculty achievements in last year, various activities, that is the FDP workshop and HTTP attended by our faculty. Other than this, our faculty has also registered the patent. One project is also sponsored for our student through SSIP. Expert lectures delivered by our faculty in the various other institutions. Highlights of our placement. And again, at the media corner, our department. Thank you. So this has been a special day for all of us. It's not over yet. Okay. We are going to launch first ever online student technical magazine ASCRA today. So let me invite our today's expert, Mr. Amit Patel sir, to launch the student technical magazine. Please, NYK sir. Thank you very much, sir. I'm very much convinced that just as our Mother Earth gives us more and more, ASCRA will enable our learners to give and get a little more learning. It will take you to the insights of institutes based ongoing practices. Every new thing becomes possible because of hard-working team. And I must appreciate the efforts that have been put behind by Professor Nikunj Kansara, Professor Narendra Jagtap, and Professor Hemangsa. A very special congratulations to Professor Nikunj Kansara, who has worked really hard with entire student team to make this possible. When students start taking initiatives and come out their best ideas, something unconventional happens. This is what our beloved students have done. It's better that I give stage to the real heroes behind this technical magazine. I would like to invite mentor of student team, Professor Nikunj Kansara sir, to take the stage and take us to the insights of this website, askra.rngpit.ac.in. Please, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Madhvi Desai, madam. Hello, everyone. I'm Nikunj Kansara, Assistant Professor, CSE Department, RNGPIT. Once again, a very good morning to one and all. As Faculty Advisor of ESCRA, I bring you warm greetings and welcome on behalf of the team ESCRA. From the last 3 semesters, the COVID-19 epidemic has caused a disruption in the classroom teaching learning process at all other institutes across country and overseas. I'm proud to say that our institute and department is constantly working on to develop the students' knowledge and ability with the help of faculties, students, and the supporting staff. Despite all the constraints during this pandemic, I'm happy that Team ESCRA has stepped forward to give a platform to students of Computer Science and Engineering Department of RNGPIT for showcasing their talents and the skills. We want ESCRA to act as a spark, igniting the flames of self confidence, self belief, and personality development that will definitely lead readers to a state of absolute intellectual ability and assisting them in learning something knew about different topics on a regular basis, thereby serving society their knowledgeable and healthy mind for the purpose of betterment and the happiness. We believe that after reading this magazine, they would be motivated to follow a career in that field and enhance that verbal and non-verbal communication skills so that they can try to speak in the same way that the authors do, starting with the single flame, something that can grow into a knowledgeable filled lava. We wish to help others without expecting anything in return. We wish you a very happy reading. Now, it's a time to hear a short message from Team Eskra. I'll share you with that.
Do you know that the very first e-magazine, whose name is Datamation, was first published in 1957? Well, same as your reaction now, this information was not alluring to us a year ago. But now it is the only thing that impels us to perform our best. We are here to represent our college first e-magazine, which is beautifully named as Askara, a combination of technology and spark. It is a spark that we have initiated on our magazine's website, but dear audience, you will be the reason for its fire.
If plan A fails, then there are 25 more letters. This is what we have learned while making Astra. Great web design without functionality is just like a computer without processor. This is precisely what distinguishes design from art. Design is supposed to be functional. Working with team members was an immense pleasure for me. During this journey, I was able to master some of the concepts of graphic designing and web development. Working with different people having different perspectives can be difficult at times, but we all have got along well.
Learning brings new experiences, training, and the ability to deal with the obstacles, and it can be both thrilling and gratifying. As HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are more challenging than before based on our niche for our website. If you think maths is hard, then try web design. In Escra, we attempted to combine reality with the virtuality. Our main priority was to provide the user with an experience that seamlessly lands them to a website which provides real world experience.
Design is everywhere. From the dress we are wearing to the smartphone we are holding, it's design. I was involved in UI UX design and graphic design. It was not an easy task, but the results we obtained are values. It was a difficult journey, but the experiences and learnings our team gained are immortal.
Creating responsive web design adds more layer of complexity in design and developing website. Once we believe we can, we were halfway there. Testing, maintaining, and hosting website are the key elements that were performed by our team. All the process were quite difficult, but the website we launched is flawless. There are three responses to a piece of design: yes, no, and wow. Wow is the one we aimed for. We made Escra in such a way that it will achieve perfection. And perfection cannot be achieved when there is nothing left to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. To make Escra captivating, we chose a mighty theme. We tried to answer all the strategic questions in a formal way.
Design serves as a bridge between information and comprehension. Good design is like a refrigerator. When it works, no one notices, but when it doesn't, it surely stings. We began designing Escra as our department's first e-magazine, an idea we wanted to put into an action, but it gradually evolved as our dreams.
Our life's most persistent and urgent question is what we are doing for others. Now we are able to answer it. We are writing. Do one thing you think you will never be able to do. Fail miserably, but please give it a second chance. The publish of Escra has made us realize that those numerous failures were not meaningless. They were just steps towards our success. This is our time and we will seize it. If content is the king, then context is the god. I would like to express my gratitude to all our superiors who have given us such a splendid context, and especially to our faculties who have been there for us all the time and showed in us such a great belief.
Uh, it's nice work done by students. So on this auspicious occasion, I also heartily welcome Harish Bhai Patel, Executive Committee Member of SVPES Society. We welcome you, sir. NYK, sir, over to you.
Yes, sir. As one of the great author has said that a good coach can change a life, but a great coach can create a life. With this regard, I would like to hand over to one of our student, Mr. Rushil Patel. He is a team member of Escra. He is a third year student, CSC Department, RNG PIT, who will now present a brief introduction and the demonstration of the Escra website. Rushil, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Rushil, your screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Our website URL is escra.rngpit.ac.in. So, this is our website, Escra, which serves as a platform for all the readers out there. Here are the vision, essence, vibes, and promise from Team Escra. Here is the official Escra magazine that we have launched. On hovering above it, you will be able to see the views and the summary of the magazine. Let me show you some glimpse of this magazine. Here are the messages from our respected principal sir and HOD ma'am. You can see how we have tried to design the magazine as if the reader would feel that he or she is actually reading a magazine and not an e-magazine. You can see how I can play around with the pages of the magazine as if they are actual magazine. Coming to the magazine page, we have various subfields or subsections here, namely recent magazines, most viewed magazines, and all magazines. We have published 3 magazines in this section. Firstly, the first magazine is on AI, artificial intelligence. You can see how we have tried to include all the aspects of artificial intelligence. Here, the thing to note is all the contents over here included in this magazine are completely covered by our students of CSE department RNGBIT. Secondly, Secondly, the technical magazine is based on various development fields such as web development, Android development, game development, and much more. You can see, similar to the previous magazine, all the content over here are completely written by the students of CSE department RNTPIT. Last but not the least, we have Xiao edition, which is dedicated to the batch of 2017 as a sweet gesture. Sorry for the inconvenience. I think there's some connection issue. Okay, please pardon me for that. Here is the Xiao edition. The word Xiao means goodbye. So it's a sweet gesture for the batch 2017. We have tried to include all the memorable moments of that batch so that whenever they see this magazine, they would feel as if they are reliving that moments. Coming to the next section, we have blogs section. We are trying to upload blogs in the near future on interesting topics. So stay tuned for that. Lastly, we have about us section. Here is the team who have worked really hard for making Escra a reality. Here are the web developers who have worked to develop this website we are currently using. Here are the graphic designers who have worked on the magazines that we just saw. Here are all the editors or content writers that have worked to cut together all the contents in a nutshell. Lastly, the most important thing is feedback. If you feel that you have any feedback for our website, then please feel free and spare your precious time for giving us feedback and make us feel proud. So this was ESCRA, and I can proudly say that it is of the students, for the students, and by the students. Hope you like our concept. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishil.
Welcome, sir.
Over to you, sir. VCJ, sir.
So this would have very good work by Mr. Rusil and team, and obviously the mentors of this ESCRA edition. This would have not been possible without guidance and motivation by our principal, Dr. Latesh Chaudhary, sir. Thank you, sir. Babu Kaka, Mohan Kaka, Haris Kaka, Parimal Bhai, and with the help of all of you, we wish to climb many more hills of success under your guidance. Thank you once again. Thank you, VCG sir.
Also, I would like to thank Dr. Madhvi B. Desai ma'am for her constant and continuous guidance to the students and for this event. So once again, I thank you all the guests for providing your precious time. So now let's move for most awaited 2 days national workshop on intellectual property rights for computer related inventions. So I would like to call our expert for the first session. Our first session is on introduction to IPR and ways to intellectually protect computer related invention. And for the same, we have with us Mr. Amit Kumar Patel. Mr. Amit is a young and enthusiastic personality. He is a managing director, Patel IP Law Services. He is registered patent agent working in the domain of patent, trademark, copyright, and design. He is also serving as an advisory and core strategy planner for numerous startups, MSMEs, industry association, academic institutions, and universities for innovative culture build-up and strategic applications of IP and IP portfolio building, and guiding them for strategic partnership and IP commercialization. He has personally delivered more than 300 IP expert sessions on varied topics of intellectual property, innovation, entrepreneurship on various stages. He had successfully supported more than 500 IP generations by startup, MSME, and academic institutions. He has completed his M.Pharm with specialization in pharmaceutics from KB College of Pharmacy, Gandhinagar in 2010. He also holds PG Diploma in Patent Law degree from NALSAR University, Hyderabad. He has completed his LLB from Gujarat University. He has also completed the Advanced International Certification course on IPR and Business conducted jointly by KIPO-WIPO KAIST-KIPA. He is also a registered Indian patent agent. He is presently doing Ph.D. on the topic of patent commercialization. Before starting his own IPR practices, he had worked as an assistant professor and was leading the university IPR cell activity at Gujarat Technological State University for a period of 7 years. He had published more than 10 books and several research papers in the domain of IPR. He is recipient of SSIP Prasanna Award 2019 by Education Department, Government of Gujarat for top performing SSIP contributor for patent and IP work in the whole Gujarat state. He is also a recipient for award of outstanding contributions towards IP awareness and protection and recipient of Diamond category award under 150 IP program in a year initiated by Gujarat Technological University. We are pleased to have such an eminent expert, Mr. Amit Patel, with us. So I heartily welcome you, sir, and I hand over a stage to you, sir, for our first session of this national workshop. Thank you very much, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Vivek Bhai, for a kind introduction. And thank you very much, the trustee members of the RNG Patel Institute of Technology, Sri Babu Bhai, Mohan Bhai, and Parimal Patel Bhai. I'm also thankful to Principal Dr. Latesh Chaudhary sir, HOD ma'am, Dr. Madhvi Desai, and Professor Vivek Desai and Nikunj Kansala sir for inviting me over here and giving this opportunity to be with institute family member and also to interact with all the participants from diversified colleges, multiple colleges of Gujarat, and also from multiple other states of India as well. So thank you very much to all the team members who has arranged this workshop. I must congratulate institute and the team member for the launching of second annual report of the department, as well as student team member and the faculty coordinators for the development and launching of SCRA portal, which would be a really good initiative for the development and confidence build up into the students, as well as it will be definitely useful to your alumni members and the current students as well. Thank you all. So with this, now please let me know if my slides is visible to all. Is my slide visible to all?
Yes, sir. Your presentation is visible, sir.
Okay. So, yes, friends, the topic assigned to myself for this 2 days online workshop on IP rights for computer related invention is introduction, giving a brief introduction about IPR and what are the special means for the protection of computer related inventions. So, before we go and discuss how to protect the computer related inventions, we have to first understand the basic fundamental of IPR, how it is evolved, why it is important in today's time, what are different means of IPR, types of IPR, what is the structural or the legal system of India. We will also discuss about the international scenario, how the world is progressing, which are the top performing country, where India is, and how we can further improve it. Right. So, in the later part of my presentation, I will particularly discuss about the ways and the means for different type of innovation protection of computer related invention by various IP instruments. So, friends, before we go and discuss about the IPR itself, first we have to understand how this concept of IPR, intellectual property right, is evolved. So, first we try to understand and we have to make our fundamentals clear with respect to property. So, when we say a property, we understand that this is something related to the ownership, that we can say what is it that we possess. We can say I am the owner of it. So property is mainly of two types, friend: the tangible property and the intangible property. And the difference between two is the physical form. So tangible property is the item which has a physical form, and the items which has a physical form, they are capable enough, we are able to see them with our eyes. So, in a simple term, we can say that everything which you are able to see with your eyes all comes under the tangible property. Whether that is your furniture, your electronic items, your household item, a building, land, gold, vehicle, anything. These are the tangible items which has a physical form and which we can protect via means of property. And for these items, tangible property, how we, if anyone will ask you how you will prove that this land is yours, this building is yours, this car is yours, this laptop, mobile, or even your furniture item is yours. So for to prove the ownership, we have clear understanding that we will prove ownership based on either the bill or the registration paper. This is the traditional property and the ownership system. Now, another important type of property is the intangible property. And the difference, as I said earlier, difference over here is this doesn't have any physical form. Tangible property has physical form, intangible property has no physical form. And as per the principles of science and the physics, the items which doesn't have any physical form, we are not able to see them. So the item which doesn't have any physical form, which we are not able to see them, the another challenge would be how you will prove your ownership on them. जो चीज आप देख नहीं सकते हो, how you will prove that this is mine. So this fundamentally includes the human mind creations. Anything which is generating from your brain, that can be an idea for the problem solution, that can be a computer program development, that can be a making a painting, that can be writing a novel or a script, okay, that can be a trade secret, recipe, or the computer algorithm, anything. So whatever is generating from your brain, all those comes under the intangible property. So the concept, right? Tangible property, the physical items which you are able to see, that you can touch, measure, and that you can own by means of bills and the registration papers. Whereas intangible property, this fundamentally deals with all the kind of human mind creativity. that can be scientific, technical, artistic, or literary, any kind of human mind creations. All those can be protected. So this is the mechanism to get the ownership on your human mind creations, which doesn't have any physical form in the nature. All those comes under the area of intellectual property rights. So this is the domain which deals with the taking ownership on the items which are the outcome of your brain, which doesn't have any physical form, which you are not able to see, which you are not able to measure. So this is the area, and what actually this deals with, the meaning lies within the word itself. So look, try to understand its meaning and the fundamental or the definition. Okay, the meaning lies within the word itself. So first is the intellectual. This means, this is, we are saying that this boy is more intelligent than the other, usually, right? So that intellectuality is not related with the age or education or height or the weight, right? We cannot say that standard 1 student is lesser intelligent than standard 3 or standard 5, right? Any PhD student is more intelligent than the graduate student. Intelligence has no relation with any of these: education, background, height, weight, or any other. Intelligence is directly related with the brain. So intellectual means anything which is generating from the brain, intellectual. Then a property. So taking ownership right on any of the human mind creations, that is property. And the rights. Right means once you have a property rights, once you have a ownership right, then you have a right to deal, how you can deal with that property. Say, for example, you are the owner for one land plot. Okay. So that if you are the owner for that land plot, then these are your rights. What to do with it? Either to build a hotel, either to build a restaurant, either to build a shopping complex, either to build a apartment or your own bungalow, right? That is your property, and now you have a right what to do with that property. Similarly, intellectual property, the outcome of brain taking ownership, and once it is your ownership, like physical property, you can also sell it, license it, give it as a, you can practice it by your own purpose as well. So that is IPR, intellectual property right. Look, intellectual means capacity of the brain, creativity, ideas, and the knowledge. Property means taking ownership, get it registered, and once it is registered, you are the owner who is possessing it, right? And the right. Once you have a right to claim this is yours, officially you are the owner of the same. You can exercise it for your own practice or selling it to others and exploit by means of manufacturing, licensing, registration, and distribution or manufacture. These are the ways how you can practice your property. So this is the meaning of IPR, which is particularly deal with the intangible asset which doesn't have any physical form in the nature. So this is the domain of legal practice, right? This is the legal mechanism by which you can take ownership or the registration on your intellectual creations, which doesn't have any physical form. So this fundamentally creates and protects all the kind of human mind creations, right? This is not only limited with a scientific inventions only. This is intellectual property is also dealing with the artistic creations as well. Writing a novel, giving a music composition, making a direction of the movie, writing a script of the movie, even the dancing step, creating a dancing step, singing a song, right? Making a painting, making a new architectural design of a building, okay? Technical solution of the problem, computer program development, or new artistic designs of the product or the textile item or a jewelry item, all the kind of creations of the human brain, scientific, technical, or artistic, all comes under the area of intellectual property and all has a capability to get it registered on your name so that you can say that I am the one who has developed it and I am its owner. So that even if after its creation and registration, if any other fellow is taking its misadvantage, once you have ownership right, you can take official legal actions against them. So this is the domain intellectual property which deals with the human mind creativity. So this was the basic understanding in legal terms. It is defined like this, right? This is the legal definition and we can say that the fundamental characteristics of the IPR. What are the fundamentals or the fundamental basics of the characteristics or the definition? So this says IPR. What do you mean by IPR? It means that it usually gives creator, the person who has created it, scientific, technical, artistic work, the creator. It gives creator an exclusive right. Exclusive right means excluding all other, only to the creator, only to him. It gives creator an exclusive right via eliminating all others over the use of his creation. Whatever he has created, the exclusive right is given to him for a certain period of time. These are time bound rights and these are granted by the government. No individual person, professional, practitioner, or an academic institution, university, or a company can grant them. They can only and only granted by the government. Okay? Gives creator an exclusive right for the use of his creation for a limited period of time. These are granted by the government. And these are territorial in the nature. Means you have created it and once you apply it and once you apply and satisfy all the requirement, you have an exclusive right for that territory, means a country only where you applied it. So territory means country specific. So if you have created something and if you need a IP protection or exclusive right into multiple countries, you require to apply in multiple countries separately. So this is the definition and the fundamental basics of the IPR. Okay. Now, there are multiple types of IPR based on the type of human mind creativity, whether what you have created, whether it is a technical problem of a technical solution to a technical problem, whether it is artistic like a cartoon making, a story making, or whether that is a computer program, whether that is a electrical related circuitry design, whether that is related to a new recipe, a secret recipe. So based on the type of creation, it can be protected by multiple types of IP instrument. These are multiple types of instrument. And in the later side, we will discuss that what type of creativity can be protected by which instrument. So here we need to understand that IPR, intellectual property right, it is a superset. It is a superset and which deals with the protection of all the kind of human mind creativity. Now, based on the creativity, it can be protected by multiple type of IP instrument like patent, trademark, copyright, design, integrated circuit design, geographical indication, trade secret. So these are all different types of IPR, different types of IP rights. Okay, this is The one slide which summarizes many things related to IP. Okay, what is the type of IPR? What are the basic requirement? The what should be the criteria into the creation so that it can be protected by said IP? What is the maximum time duration for the protection under this IPR? When it is required to be renewed and how they are governed into India. Say for example, a patent. So what kind of invention or human mind creativity can be protected as a patent? So the creation which are novel, non-obvious and useful. If inventions fall or the human mind creativity satisfy this criteria, they can be protected as a patent. And once you apply for it and when it is granted, you have a protection for a 20 years time period. And once it is granted, it requires a renewal on every year basis. In India, they are governed by Indian Patent Act and the rules. Next is a trademark. So trademark protects the items which are for the distinguished goods and the services. Right? These are the trade identity. Like what is the logo of your institute? What is the logo of GT? What is the logo of Guj Coast? Right? The name Parle-G, the name Maggie, the name like a Pond's or a Samsung or a Maruti. Okay, so these are the name trade identity, either the name or the logo, and this gives a identity to your product. This is by this manufacturer. So such thing can be protected by a trademark, and once you apply it, you can have a lifelong protection till the time if you keep it renewal, right? It will remain with you for 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, 200 years. It requires renewal on every 10 years. So whenever if you will keep it renewed, it would remain with yourself. It is governed by Trademark Act and the rules. Like the design. So what kind of creation can be protected at design? Novel, ornamental or aesthetic appearance of the article. External look of the goods. And it is protected for the maximum of 15 years. Initially granted for 10 years and further renewal for next 5 years. It is governed by the Design Act and the rules. Copyright. So this protects original and the creative expression of your thoughts in any tangible medium. Writing a book, taking a photo, making a new architectural design of the building, okay, writing a computer program, taking a photograph, making a movie, singing a song, cartoon characteristics, all comes under copyright protection. It has a protection of entire life of the creator plus 60 years after his death. It is governed by Copyright Act and the rules. Next is the geographical indication. So this protects the goods which has a distinguished product characteristics due to geographical and the manpower from the special geographical region. It is also have a lifelong validity and it requires a renewal on every 10-year basis. It is governed by geographical indication goods and the rules, specified rules. Okay, so this is a summarized sheet with respect to different IPR, what should be the basic criteria, what is their time limit for the maximum protection, when they require to be renewed, okay, and how they are governed into India. Now, nature and fundamental of IP rights, whether that is a patent, trademark, copyright, design, they have a common nature or fundamental characteristics. Like, first of all, they are for the intangible human mind creations, which doesn't have any physical form. Intangible assets, which has no physical form. They are also like a transferable, like your physical asset. You have created it, you own it. Now you can sell it to other, you can license it to other. They are also transferable like physical assets. They are territorial in the nature, means the country where you apply it, it will be valid for that country only. They are based on the one legal maxim, right? Quid pro quo, which says that government gives you the exclusive right only to you, and that exclusivity is given based on the something for something. So that exclusivity is given to you by government in exchange of the full disclosure of that item, right? Full disclosure. You disclose the item and then register with the government, and then government will give you the full disclosure, so that once it is expired, it will be available to public and any person can use the same. So that is the fundamental principle on which the exclusivity is given to the creator by the government. There are defined limitations and exceptions were also clearly defined under each of these acts: Patent Act, Trademark Act, Design Act, Copyright Act. What cannot be patented, what cannot be trademarked, what cannot be copyrighted. So standard limitations and exceptions under each of these is also defined. So those things you cannot protect as a IP, or patent, trademark, copyright, design. These are the time bound rights. Okay, the time limit, what we discussed in earlier slide. So that would be the limitations or the time period of these IP rights. And once that time limit is over, it would be a public property and anyone can use them. And all these, because of all these unique characteristics, this leads to and gives you exclusive right and monopoly into the market. And because of that, this gives a competitive advantage to your product and the name into the market compared to other similar competitors. And because of that, your product will have a added business advantage or a competitive advantage, and that will result into a increased profitability of your business and the products. So these are the fundamental natures and the basic characteristics of the IPs. So friends, fundamentally, as we discuss, IPR is fundamentally dealing with the human mind creations, right? Which is originally generated, which is your brainchild. And once you transform your brainchild into a tangible item, whether that is a solution of a technical problem, a new logo, new product, or a new design of a product, or a computer program, algorithm, new movie script, singing a song. So when you transform your creativity into the tangible item, and once you go through the defined procedure, once you satisfy all the requirement of the government, once you pay all the fee, once you overcome all the objections, at the end government gives you certificate like this: or trademark certificate, patent certificate, design certificate, copyright certificate, and geographical indication certificate. So once you have this certificate, you are the official owner for said item, which is your brainchild, human mind creativity. And once it is with you, you are the official owner for that particular item, right? And now you are the official owner, and that's why this will give you the exclusive right, and this will exclude others. So if you have created one invention and if you apply for a patent, and once you have a patent certificate like this, only you have a right to exercise that invention. No other can do it because you are its owner. Say for example, if you apply for a trademark of one particular item, say for example, if you apply for a trademark of Reliance, right? And if you get a trademark certificate like this, It means that you are the owner for Reliance brand, and no other can use that Reliance as a trade name with their any of the goods. So this is how it is presently owned by the Reliance industry. Similarly, if you start any of the business, right, with that business name, right, you should have a trademark certificate so that other person can also not start the same business with the same name. Okay. Similarly, trademark can also be for the product as well. Apart from the company name, it can also be for the product name, like Pepsi, Thumbs Up, Fanta, Coca-Cola. So these are the product name. For these products can be manufactured by PepsiCo company or the Coca-Cola company. Okay, Thumbs Up, say for example, Thumbs Up. So Thumbs Up is a Parley product. Parley is the original manufacturer, but Thumbs Up is the trade name, and with that also this product is selling with that name. So these are the certificate which gives you the ownership rights. Now, IP is useful for all the stakeholders of the society, whether they are just a newborn baby or a very senior aged person who is just about to die in the hospital bed, whether that is for a illiterate person into any remotest area of the country or for the prime minister or president of the company. It is useful for the students, to the researcher, to the academic institutions, to the industry, every stakeholder of the person. IP is useful for them. Researchers, academia, industry, society, government, right? Every person. IP has a role in every person's life. No person can say that IP has no role in my life. Even illiterate person, right, who doesn't even know about reading and writing, if that person is taking a vaccine, right, so that vaccine is a result of some person's creativity, whether that is a Covishield or Covaxin. These are the trade name, and this product is prepared via a core R&D, so that R&D is also protected via patent. So when they take this product, so IP is useful in their life. When any person is speaking on their phone via any of the networks, so that phone is also included with 100 types of IP. That phone has a trademark like a Apple company, Samsung company, MI company, or Vivo company. That phone has a network connectivity from either a Geo, Reliance, or Geo, Airtel, or Vodafone, right? So these are all service providers. That phone has a technology like touchscreen technology, Bluetooth technology, wireless communication technology developed by thousands of researchers. So, like this, IP is affecting each and every person's life. When you go any content on your mobile or at a television, so that content is also creation of other persons protected by a copyright. So that's how IP is associated with every person's life, and importantly, it is affecting all the technical domains of all the industry types. No one can say that IP is only for the software industry or a mechanical industry or a health science. It is also equally important for printing technology or media science or media domains, or you can say agriculture, food processing, space science. IP is at all technical domains of all the industry types. Now, IP is an important business tool. With this, we try to understand what are the basics of IPR, how it is evolved, what are the different types of IPR, okay, how it is protected, government certification. Now understand why IP is important in today's time. IP is an important business tools, and IP means a business. When I say a trademark, so Reliance has a trademark that is with Mr. Ambani or the Reliance Industries, so that others cannot use. When I say Reliance, we have a trust on this product, this brand, right? When I say iPhone, when iPhone, it is with the Apple company. So IP means a business in all the aspect, or patent, trademark, copyright, design, right? They are not just for the certification purpose or for the CV purpose. IP means a business. Look, and the same we can say the increasing importance of IPR in today's business world. Look over here, the component of Fortune 500 companies market value over a period of decades. So look at, in here there are two colors, white and the brown. So white is for the tangible asset and the brown is for the intangible assets. So white means tangible, how many land they have, how many plant they have, what is the value of their machinery, all those comes under tangible property. And intangible asset, what is the value of that brand, what is the technology they hold, what is the exclusivity that company has. So all those comes under intangible asset. So for Fortune 500 companies, look, as the time has evolved, the importance of intangible asset is gradually increasing. So on the today's time, for Fortune 500 companies, whatever is their market value, out of their value, nearly 80% is as a result of that intangible asset. So when I say Reliance, so Reliance is a very big empire. Okay, they have a very big tangible assets. So apart from that, what is their tangible asset? That value is just for 20% for that company, whereas 80% is with respect to their intangible asset, like the value of Reliance brand itself, the value of the, we can say, look at the geo platform, the communication technology, what they have built, right? The network, how their businesses are running, right? The Reliance Smart, Reliance Digital, or their media houses, right? All those, like similarly, this is true for big companies as well, and in equally this is equally true for each and every individual person as well, right? This is not only, we can say, like this is true for big companies only, IP is useful for big companies only. This is not so, right? With this slide, the message is also that IP is equally important for each and every individual person as well, for small colleges as well, universities as well, MSME units as well. Say, for example, in one class, there are two students. One is a born rich person and another is coming from a middle class family. So on the present day, the born rich student, we are saying that he is more, his value or his asset or the property is more. Okay? On present day, he would be more rich. But say, for example, the middle class student, if with his education and his talent, if he is developing a new technical solution to a big industrial problem or a social problem, say, for example, electric mobility, waste management, nanotechnology, right? Or one new computer application or a program. So with that, if he has developed it, and based on that, if he is starting a business over a period of next decade or 2 decade, his startup or his technology can create a so great fortune that that would be even more valued than the born rich guy. So for each and every person, the brain is power, and we all are equal with respect to that. Every person has a brain, and with that brain, we can think and create. Now it is up to us how we create it, how you make a strategy around those, and how you commercialize it, create a business, and that will define your destiny, right? In the similar way, right, we are saying that if we will ask that which are the best universities of the world or institutions of India, we will say that MIT or IIT. Okay, So those are the institutions we are regarded as the best. So they are not based because of their campus or the laboratory infrastructure what they have. They are based because of the faculty members who are teaching over there, or they are based because of the level of students who are teaching over there, and cumulatively for all the results like student quality, faculty quality, and all the infrastructure and the environment that makes a results to a creation of better quality skills and the better inventions, and that's why they are the best, right? So the campus and infrastructure, they are the tangible asset, the human asset for any organization, right? Human asset, a student or faculty member or the your corporate environment, that is also intangible asset, and it will take you to the next level. Okay, so similarly, this equally applies that IP is in today's time equally important to individuals, colleges, universities, MSMEs, and even the Fortune 500 or the big corporations of country or of the world. Look at these are some examples to showcase with your intellectuals how big you can be in the future, right? Why IP is important. So here, friends, here is the example of one case study to represent the success of IP for the business success of one big corporation. And this case study is related to the Apple, right? On the present day, friends, on the present day, Apple is the richest private sector company of the world. Richest private sector company of entire world. When we are saying private sector means one person has started and the private, which is not running by the government. If we are saying that ONGC, SBI, Bank of America, they are the big because they are government backed company, and that's why they can be big. Okay, but when we are saying the private sector companies, so which has originally started by one person and it has grown rapidly, and they are doing the international business on today's time. So on the present day, Apple is the richest private sector company of entire world, whose valuation is $2 trillion. $2 trillion, right? If you can correlate, right, how big this amount is. If many a times we are hearing that our honorable prime minister is saying that, or many ministers are saying that we want to make India a $5 trillion economy by 2025. The country of $1.25 billion, 1.25 billion people, having nearly 6 crores of MSME unit, having a big giant companies like ONGC, SBI, Reliance, Adani, Tata, Infosys, Wipro, Mahindra, right? Even many more companies, right? Having a big institutions like AIMS, IITs, NITs, NIPER, right? Or CSIR companies are having tens of thousands of engineering colleges, having thousands of universities. And still, even though these big companies, we are planning, our prime minister is giving us a target like to make India a $5 trillion economy by 2025. Whereas you can imagine that this one company has a valuation of $2 trillion. $2 trillion. Now look at how this company has achieved this position. We all know that this has started by the founder, right? Who is the founder? Steve Jobs. He has started this company from the garage, right? And with this, within a period of 50-60 years, this company has achieved this position. So this, for its success, the IP has played a really important role. And how we can say that? Look, here is the example to showcase how this company has achieved this position. So look, that When iPhone 7 was launched, it was selling at the price of $650 retail pricing, whereas its manufacturing cost was just $220, inclusive of all component and manufacturing, right? $225. So if you will deduct manufacturing cost and the selling cost, the price, the rest is their profitability. They are earning nearly 250% of the profit on each unit selling. Here, when we are saying iPhone 12, it is costing even $1,500 or $2,000. And for the same as well, their profitability is much higher. Okay, so that is how their profit margin is much higher. And even by knowing all these factors, when the company launches new model, even in the developed countries as well, the people are mad about its product, right? They make a line out of their outlet store even 1 day before, 2 day before, to get those products at the as the first one. Okay, so how people are so mad about it. So that company has made that reputation in the consumers market, and that is the value of company Apple as a company. They are, in terms of, they are the base technology developers and best product developers, product designing. Even though, friends, the having this great valuation, the important factor about this company is that even having this great valuation on the present day as well, this company doesn't own a single manufacturing plant of its own. This company has no manufacturing plant of its own. They are just into the technology development and the product development. Whatever the technology they develop, they get it based IP protected via means of a trade secret and the patent and the design. Whatever the product they are developing, they are best protected by means of a trademark, design, and another means of copyright protections. Okay, and as a result of all this, right, they are the best product development, technology development. This has created a best consumer mindset impression about this company, and this leads to such a great position of this company. Okay, another example to showcase the importance of IP for the success is the best example is the Google. Google is a one startup of two students from the Stanford University. What they have did, they have identified one basic problem for the internet surfing. When they have started, they identified a problem that whatever the people want to search on the internet, they are not getting the good results as they are searching. So to solve that problem, these two students from the Stanford, right, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, they developed one computer program. And as a computer science student, you better understand that what is computer program. With that brain, they have developed computer program algorithm with some conditions, filters, and the parameters. So that computer program, that is the actual result of their thoughts and the creation and multiple trials. And based on that computer program, we each of us know that within a period of 30 years, that computer program has resulted to build Google as a world's most prestigious brand. We know that what is that the value of that company. So that company has reached to this position based on starting, right, making that one computer code, which is as a result of that brain, right? So that is there. Look at the number of other examples. How rapidly we know that Zomato, the great success of Zomato IPO. So Zomato is also one computer program wherein the hotels and the suppliers are registering to deliver the food. So that is one platform. And that platform, whoever has created, he has created a fortune. Look at Ola, Uber, Swiggy, and even the WhatsApp, right? So this is how, that is the value of the human mind creativity if it is protected by a suitable means of IP instrument and is run by a specified business model. Okay, so that is the power of IP, to take your basic human creativity to a world class established companies of the tomorrow. Now, that was with respect to the how IP is important in today's time with respect to a business. Okay, with some case studies. Now, IP system of India. So look, as we discussed earlier, it is our IP rights is ultimately granted by government. So government of India is the supreme authority. Okay, under government of India there are multiple ministries: Ministry of Education, Ministry of Home Ministry, Finance Ministry, Defense Ministry. Like that, there is a Ministry of Commerce and Industry, MCI. Right, under that ministry there is one department, that is known as Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, which is presently renamed as DPIIT, Department for Promotion of Internal Trade and Tariff. So under this department, the Patent Office, Office of Controller General of Patent, Design and Trademark is operating. And this office is regulating the working, what is the act, how the system is working, who has to apply where, to evaluate those applications and to grant them and to get it renewed. So this is how the IP system of India works. Look, this slide also says that what type of creativity can be protected by which type of IP. So first, patent. So patent protects innovative product and the process. Product and the process. So with your intellect, if you are creating a brand new product, brand new process development, those can be protected as a patent. If you are making a small alteration or small modifications of existing product and process, those small modifications can also be protected as the patent. Brand new development, definitely go for patenting. But also understand that even small change, even just a one feature based small change into existing product and process, if you make it to even better or to solve the basic problem of that product, that small change is also applicable to get it patented, right? And this we need to understand very carefully, because in the today's time we have a very misconception that patent means a rocket science. The persons who have access for all the resources, who are from premier institutions, who are a Ph.D, who are always reading a lot, who are doing always R&D, only they can do for a patent. No, every person who has a brain, who observes the thing, who thinks of a different innovative solution, right? And with that thought, when you develop a new product, and if that product satisfies the criteria of patentability, those small part or amendment can be protected as a patent. Next is the design protection. So design protects creative aspects, the external look of any article. When you want to buy a watch, when you go and visit the shop, you will find thousand varieties of the watch, each looking different from the other. So that look of each article is protected by design. The new look of your spec, the new look of the pen, the new look of water bottle, the kitchen utensils, light bulbs, even textile product, jewelry design, shoes, right, table furniture items, all the new look of any article, those new look development can be protected by design. Trademark protects distinctive sign of a business. So the name of a company, name of a product, even the packaging label, even the domain name, right? All these can be registered as a trademark. Geographical indications. So geographical indication protects the products having the special characteristics from the special region or due to the special skills of the worker from that domain. Like a geographical indication, examples like Gir mango, Patana patoda, Ratlami sev, Nagpur orange, Kolhapuri chappal, Surat farsa, right? Kashmiri kesar, Tirupati laddu, Basmati rice, Darjeeling tea. Okay, so these are the first is the item, second is the first is the location, and second is the item, right? So this Tirupati laddu, so this is the location and this is the item. So this product from this area has the special characteristics, and that makes this product qualitatively different from the similar product from other region. So that is the these kind of items can be protected by the geographical indications. Copyright. This is a very wide domain, and this protects the cultural, artistic, and literary work. In the simplest form, we can say that expression of your thoughts in any tangible medium, right? Expression of your thoughts in any tangible medium, right? If you are writing a novel, right, that is a copyright. Writing a song, that is a copyright. Singing a song, right, the tangible medium is the recording, so that is also copyright. Making a movie, writing a dialogue for the movie, taking a direction and editing it to make a movie, that is a copyright. Expression of your thoughts to build a computer program, that is a copyright. Making a cartoon characteristics, right? Motu Patlu, Tom and Jerry, Harry Potter, or any other. So they are not the real life character, but making it. Okay. So those are also copyright. So this is a very broader area. Expression of your thoughts. It means that making a new architectural design of a building, that is also subjected to a copyright. Okay, so this is a copyright. Semiconductor integrated circuit layout design. So your inventions with respect to circuitry design, processor building, all those inventions can be protected by semiconductor integrated circuit designs. So this is how the IP system of India is working. Now look, in India, we have like IIT for engineering education. For IPR, we have one National Institute of IPR at the Nagpur. We have 4 patent offices into 4 metro cities: Kolkata, Delhi, Chennai, and Mumbai. For design registration, we have 1 design office for entire country, that is at Kolkata. For trademark registration, we have 5 offices, 4 into metro city: Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, and 1 also into Ahmedabad. We have 1 geographical indication office in Chennai too. We have 1 semiconductor integrated circuit layout design registry at Delhi, and 1 copyright office for entire country into the Delhi. So this is the office structure of IP system in India. And according to these offices, they are classified a jurisdiction as well. This is for the patent. So say for example, we have 4 patent offices, and each patent office caters to defined states. So in Gujarat, we do not have any patent office, but Gujarat comes under Mumbai patent office. Similarly, each patent office caters to multiple of these states. Look at this slide represents the IP filing trend of the world. IP filing trend of the world and which countries are performing good. So look that the patent, utility model, trademark, design, and plant variety. So look this. For 2007 and 18, The entire world, all the countries of the world has filed nearly 31 lakh patent in 17 and 33 lakh patent in 18. Out of these, the top performer is China. Entire world has filed nearly 33 lakh patent. Out of that, China alone has filed 15 lakh patents, nearly 46% of entire world. Number two is USA, nearly 6 lakh. So number one and number two, it is nearly more than, we can say, 100%, 150 or 200 percentage difference between number one and two. Similarly, utility model, look, China number one, 96% of world. Trademark, again China number one, 50% of world. Design, China number one, 54. Plant varieties, China number one, 28% of the world. So friends, China has understand the importance of IPR. Whatever they created a based mechanism to support it, to get it registered. And that's why they have achieved this position. And this is what they are doing today. This is not only going to definite them today, but this gives them an advantage over a period of next 2 decades, 3 decades, or 4 decades. Right? We are on the today's time. We know that what is the importance of IPR. Right? If we want to achieve a very good position into the global international platform, we also have to motivate our citizens for the doing R&D. We have to support, or we have to create a base support mechanism to get it registered via proper IP mechanism. So if we will start today, it will take a huge time of 5 years, 10 years to reach to that level. China has achieved this position via working on all this over a period of 2 decades and more. Look this. Look, what is the China's position 2018? Nearly 15 lakh patents. Look, India's position just 50,000 patents. So we know that knowledge is the power, right? And the reason, and here also there are two colors, red color and the orange. Red represents out of 15 lakh, what is the contribution by resident, means Chinese people and Chinese company, and what is by the foreigners. So foreigners contribution is just 10%. Whereas in case of India, look at, the number is just 15,000, and of that red color is not, we are not able to say it. Only orange color. It means that the out of 15,000 as well, 50,000, the nearly 70% contribution is by the foreigners. India's own contribution is very less. Look at, and this slide represents how China has achieved this position, and within this time period what India has did. Okay, so look that China's growth and India over here. So China is on the scale of 0 to 80, right? And India is on the scale of 0 to 8. So do not consider both are equal. China is on 80 scale, 10 times higher. India is on 8 scale. Okay, so look, this shows the journey of 20 years, how China has achieved this position. So when China has understand its importance and started working on in the year of 1995, okay, 1995, 2005 and 16, 95, 2000 and 16. So China understand its importance and started working on it. On that particular year, China was nearly on 1. India was also on 1. In next 10 years, China has moved from 1 to 10, whereas India moved from 1 to 4. And because of all these actions, the understanding its support system and making it aware, and all this, leads from next decade, they jump from 10 to 70, right? And India moved from 4 to 7. So China understand its importance, started taking a policy decision, support system, large scale awareness program, and all these leads because of the actions of 20 years. They lead to this position on today's time. So even if we understand its importance today, even if we start working on it today, it will take minimum of not lesser than 10 years to reach to this position. Right? And the reason why we are lesser, look, this slide represents India's patent filing trend over 3 years. Total patent filing 45 to 50,000. And of these number, how many by Indians and how many by the foreigner? So look that India's contribution is just 13,000 and 17,000 from a country of 1.3 billion people, 6 crore plus MSME units. So giant companies like Reliance, Adani, Tata, we can say Infosys, Mahindra, and multiple others. So many listed companies, so many big companies, right? And although having so, India is the youthest country of the world. India is the country of largest producer of the technical workforce, the largest producer of engineers, largest producer of doctors, largest producer of space scientists, largest producer of the medicines or the pharmacist, or even the basic science and all those. And still our patent filing number is less. The biggest reason responsible for this is the lack of IP awareness. What our all the faculty members, students, or MSME, we understand when we say that patent trademark, yes, I have heard about it. But when you will say that, are you able to file a patent? Are you able to file a trademark? Do you know about it? No. Why? Because we think that patent trademark, it is for the premier category of students, institutions, or the big companies. We are not the one who can go for it. This is because of the lack of all these awareness, our numbers is less. We are equally technically competent to deal with any of the biggest technical challenge of the world. Right? Give us any big problem, we are capable enough to solve it. But we are not understanding the importance of IPR. The day one, right? The day when all the students, faculties, and the industry will understand what is IPR and whatever they are creating, that can also be protected as IP. The day when we understand it, these number will increase rapidly. Look at this number. Those number 13,000, 15,000, 17,000, it is further bifurcated into this. Natural person, startup, small entity, and others. So natural person, out of all patent what we are filing, how many natural person, individual person are filing? Out of 1.3 billion people, only nearly 7,000 are going for patent. India itself has nearly 45,000 plus registered startups. Out of them, only lesser than 1,000 startups are going for patent. India has nearly 6 crore plus registered MSME units. Out of them, only lesser than 1,000 are going for patent. Other than natural person, this includes all the big companies, all the big registered institutions, universities, or a research laboratory, all those lesser than 10,000 are going for patent. So this is all the numbers are very disappointing, right? But that doesn't mean that we are not capable enough. The numbers are less because of lack of our IP awareness. And the workshop like this, right? This will help you to move towards this direction. Okay? And look that Those were the number 13,000, 15,000, 17,000. Those are the patent filed. This says that the how many are granted to India, right? Out of whatever is filed, and of all natural person, startup, small entity, academic institutions, and big companies, all together in one particular years, how many are granted to Indians? So look, this says that in one particular year, of all individuals, startup, MSME, big companies, academic institutions all together, to Indian, not more than 2,500 patents are granted in entire history. So this is our real position, right? We have to understand. And look, friends, and look that this slide represents the proactive actions of the government. Government has understand its importance, how important it is in today's time. Okay, and that's how the in the last 5 7 years, government has taken a huge steps in terms of policy changing, administration changing, law changing, rule changes. And this slide represents the results. Due to all this, what government has achieved. Government is giving a best effort to improve the IP culture of India. Look, in the 2014-15, when Modi government came into the power, this was the scenario. In one particular year, the patent office was examining nearly 14,000 patents, and they are granting nearly 6,000. Right? Within the 5 6 years, they recruited large number of examiners. They take many things online. They change many of the rules into the basic act and the rule itself, provisions, right? And within 5 years, look, the same patent office now examining nearly 50,000 patents, nearly 300% rise in their working efficiency. They are granting 6,000 patents, now they are granting 15,000, nearly 250% rise. Look, trademark. The trademark office was examining nearly 83,000 trademark in 1 year. Now the same trademark office is examining 5,20,000 trademarks in 1 year. More than 550, 450% working efficiency of the government office. What they are granting 40,000 trademark in a year, now they are granting 3,20,000 trademarks in a year, right? So in 14-15, there was a scenario like if you apply for a trademark today, it was taking 6 to 8 years to get it granted. If you apply trademark today, it was taking 3 years for getting trademark registered. But on the today's time, these are the number and the system is more smooth like that. There are provisions like if you apply for a patent today, there are provisions that your patent can be granted in less than 1 year on the expedited route. If you apply in the normal route as well, the government has cleared a backlog to us so speedily that on the normal route as well, if you prosecute rightly, it can granted in lesser than 3 years as well, around 3 years, right? For trademark and design, for earlier time there was taking 3 years. The situation on the today's time is like that. Your result for granted or not will come up within a period of 6 months, right? The provisions or the policy like SSIP or MSME grant facility or a government grant itself by the industry commissionerate. So all these, right? All these government has taken a so positive policy changes like a Make in India, Digital India, Startup India, Innovative India, right? Digital India and multiple, making all procedural changes, proactive change into the act and rule itself. This leads to a very new India for the future, right? And this is the right time to explore all these horizons of a startup or a business, export business, IP horizons, right? Look, so our patent filing number was very less, 17,000, whereas our research publication was very high. Because on the today's time, our academic layer, we understand that if we do something new, we go and explore the pathway of the research paper publication first. So look that in one particular year, Indian has published nearly 1,17,000 Scoopus listed papers. SCI listed 73,000. NSF US listed 1,35,000. So in 1 year, Indians have published nearly 4 lakh research papers. But we Indians has filed only 15,000, 17,000 patents. Due to lack of IP awareness, we, even though we are doing a good work, because of lack of IP awareness, we are not aware that many of these are capable enough to get it patented as well. Right? And that's why we are going for the research paper publication, then a patent. We have to understand it, and whatever you have to evaluate, whether whatever you are approaching for paper publication, whether that is small aspect as well, it is capable enough to go for patenting too. Okay, so that was with respect to basics of IPR. Just few slides with related to computer related inventions. Okay, and how you can protect it by means of IP instrument. So computer related inventions or a computer program. So these cumulatively includes multiple items like applications, software, artificial intelligence, control instructions, IoT, algorithm, neural network, deep learning, mathematical model, decision tree, functions, and multiple others, right? So this itself is a very wide area where the creations, human mind creations happens in a multiple different aspects. Now, what is the pathway for intellectually protect all these creations in India? So fundamentally, we have to understand that as per section 3 of Indian Act, which says that mathematical model and computer program per se, they are not patentable in India. Okay, but at the same time, government has also given the guideline, detailed guideline as well, the examination of computer related inventions, guideline for the examination of computer related invention, which we are going to discuss in detail in tomorrow's class. But that guideline has defined what kind of computer related inventions government are open to get granted as a patent and what not. Now, major means and ways how you can protect computer related invention. So first, on the present day, for Indian context, you can protect them by means of copyright, which protects basically the creativity, right? How creative the software, computer program or algorithm you have developed. The second mechanism available is a trade secret, which protects the information, how or the secret pathway, how you further improve the system, how you further improve the software, how you further improve that algorithm. So that you can protect as a trade secret, and that would be advantageous for your business. Another aspect how you can protect is the trademark that protects your brand, like the software what you build that you can launch as an application, the name of that application can be a trademark. Okay, the name of that software can be a trademark, the name of that API or the algorithm can also be a trademark. And the another pathway available is the patent that protects the invention aspect of the your creativity. So creativity by copyright, informative aspects can be protected by a trade secret, the brand aspect can be protected by a trademark, and inventive aspect can be protected by a patent. Look, patenting in computer science, computer based inventions like software programs, they can be patented or not. That we will discuss in tomorrow's class. Also, the other speaker will also discuss about the same during your today's class and the tomorrow's class as well. Software applied system and the machines, right? The IoT system or the machine based algorithms, right? Those can be patented. Hardware based, hardware and the software integrated, right? those embedded system, those can be patentables. So on the present day, the first pathway available for the computer related invention is the copyright protection. So if you go for copyright protection, what rights you have is to reproduce your work in any material format, to issue the copies, the software and selling those copies, perform the work in the public, communicate to the public. You can freely discuss what is your product, make any cinematographic film or sound recording, translation of the work and adoption of the work you can do. To do in relation to translation and adoption of the work, any of the acts specified in relation to work in the above, right? Reproduction and adoption or the translation in any of these you can do. Sell or give a commercial rental or offer for sale your product. Software as a product, software as a service. Okay. Now, patent and copyright. What is the difference between two of them? Patent protection is much stronger, whereas copyright is a longer. What is the advantage between two of them? Patent law protects the functional elements, whereas copyright protects the form, that is originality of the expression. In case of patent, if different code achieve the same function, then it violates the patent law, right? Doctrine of equivalence based infringement, the same output via different route, whereas copyright become effective from the moment when you have published and the created, whereas patent needs a official registration, then it will be yours. For copyright, if you do registration, that is prima facie evidence. Even though you not registered, as per the international treaty and the law, Berne Convention, which says that the day when you created, it would be an automatic protection to yourself. Copyright lasts for the entire life of the creator plus 60 years, whereas patent has a time limit of 20 years from the date of its registration. No need to patent the same inventive concept for the every inventive aspect. Patenting once is enough. Whereas copyright protection is effective for that creation only and need registration or publishment for all other creation. Amendment, say for example, for the application or software, you apply for copyright today with one code. If you make any alteration or updation or changes into that, it will require to be registered again as well. If it requires an inventive aspect, that required to be registered as patent of addition to. Patent provides much stronger protection to a software. Development of software using the non-algorithm or logic, but using different language is a patent violation, but not a copyright violation, right? For copyright, adoption of work, translation of work, you need a permission from the original author, right? And based on your negotiation, once you get a permission, whose copyright will be that? That would be a negotiation between two of the parties. Under copyright law, protection is available only to the form or expression of idea, not the idea itself. What you have expressed is protected. Algorithms or mere ideas cannot be protected under the copyright law. Computer-aided inventions, where the computer-related inventions are creating and applicable. So e-commerce, e-gambling, e-banking, e-money, e-publication. Computer-aided design, computer-aided management, computer-aided monitoring, computer-aided education, computer-aided manufacturing in multiple ways. Where there is an application of computer, there is a role of computer-based applications or inventions as well. So with this, I would just like to conclude my presentation over here. If any person has a query, they can ask over here as well through faculty members, or they can always write an email or give a call to myself. Thank you. Thank you very much to all.
Thank you very much, sir, for the excellent session and information regarding what are the different ways to provide IPR or, for computer-related inventions. So, sir, a few things that we wish to discuss regarding, as you have already covered, that software alone is not patentable. Even so, is there any ways to protect our the logic of software or its algorithmic aspect?
Yes, sir. So that we will definitely discuss in tomorrow's class, right?
Oh, right, sir.
Some exam guideline for the examination of computer related invention, and
Right.
definitely certain aspect of the same will definitely discussed by other speakers as well,
Sure. Right, sir.
right?
Right, sir. And so usually, how much time it will take to patent to take a patent, means complete procedure for patent and for design also.
Okay. For design registration on the today time, design, copyright, and trademark, right? Copyright can be registered within a 1 month or 2 month. Design and trademark, it can be registered within 6 to 8 months.
Hmm.
Okay. And the patent has a multiple route. Like if
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
go on the expedited route, it will
Hmm.
be granted within a period of 1 year.
Right.
If you prosecute rightly at the on the normal route as well, it can be granted in up to 3 years. And if
Sure.
you get the delayed zone, it will be granted for at the or the final result will come at the end of 6 to 7 years too.
Oh, right, sir.
Right?
Fine.
Hmm.
Fine, sir. So I think as such all doubts were clear. So well, thanks a lot, sir, for your valuable time and valuable information regarding these ways and IPR. So we will connect with you again tomorrow, and we will try to explore more conceptual knowledge regarding this IPR. Yes,
Thank
so
you.
thank you very much, sir. Right.
Thank
And
you.
dear participants, your next session will start from 1:30 p.m. And in that session, expert will try to discuss how to get how to take IPR for patents. Sorry, IPR for the applications integrated with AI, ML, and deep learning kind of capability. Right? So the link for next session is already shared, and I request everyone to please give your feedback link is posted in chat window, and we will meet once again at 1:30 p.m. So thanks a lot, and Amit sir, once again thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank you.